Welcome to Sister Talk Live. I can't believe it's our second show already. I just have to say how blessed I feel and how thankful I feel that so many people tuned in last 2 weeks ago. We got the most amazing comments. We got such nice feedback. Excuse me, I'm gonna cough. Excuse me, raw and real here. And it really touched my heart. It touched my sister's heart too. And I think we're doing the right thing here because I think women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s need a sisterhood, need a place that we can talk and shoot ideas out there. And I'm so glad that you're joining me tonight. And I'm sorry, I have such a tickle in my throat. Let me just drink a little water. It was fine all day. I'm glad I'm not on the Today Show.
They do that.
They do that. They do that. My chief executive officer just said they do that. Anyway, so I just have to do a shout out to one girl, and her name is Rochelle. Rochelle wrote us something so sweet and so nice, and I said, wow, I have to read this on the show. So this is what Rochelle said. These ladies make the show fun and exciting. They touch topics about real women issues. I can't stop watching to see what comes next from them. Real issues that we all experience. Thank you, Cindy and Amy, for starting Sister Talk. So I was just like, wow, Rochelle, I bet you're watching again tonight. And I want to thank you so much because that really, really meant a lot to us. All right, guys. I don't know if you noticed, but there's this woman, a very plastic-looking woman sitting next to me. And I think you must all be saying, this is Sister Talk, where's Amy? Well, Amy is in Hawaii, how the nerve. So I decided to get the alter ego Amy here to sit next to me for a minute or two because, like I said, this is Sister Talk. And my sister's watching from Hawaii and she's probably cracking up right now. So, hello everyone, aloha. This is Amy. Right here, Miss Plastic Amy, and we're gonna say hello and goodbye. But you just have to note first her outfit. I mean, is it not stunning with her boobs sticking out? Thank God it's PG rated. Amy, we want you to have the best time ever. Mwah. And everyone, Amy will be back here on our next show. So to you, Plastic Amy, bye-bye. Okay. I know life is crazy, so that's actually why I had just so much fun dressing her today. And then sometimes life could just take a turn. And in the last 2 weeks, that's kind of how I feel. I had a dog named Bam Bam for 10 years, and Bam Bam I thought was, an extremely healthy bulldog. This is a pillow of Bam Bam. And my husband and I were away for the weekend, and my son Dylan and his girlfriend Sam were watching Bam Bam. And they went out for a few hours and they came back and Bam Bam was in her little bed and Bam Bam always slept like this. And Dylan went to wake her and she didn't wake up. So when I got home Sunday night, my son and his girlfriend and my sister Amy and her wife and my daughter Chelsea and Jordan greeted me with this face, and I knew the minute I walked into the house, I didn't hear her running to me, and I looked at them and I started hysterical crying. So I'm sharing this with you because I told you we're going to be raw and real here, and I know that you people out there have dogs that you love and that have lost dogs. So I just want to, say I'm sorry if you're going through something like that with a dog right now who's older and sickly. And I just wanted to share my Bam Bam story with you because we love animals so much in our family, and we're going to miss you forever, Bam Bam. Mwah, I love you. Then, from the sadness, which the tears are coming, sorry, is my son Dylan, who turned 26. So that was like perfect because we went from, really being sad and knowing that we're never going to see Bam Bam again, and she's not going to be a part of our family, to celebrating Dylan, who's my baby, his 26th birthday. So 2 weeks ago when we started the show, Amy did the Ridic of the Week. So I need to share the Ridic of the Week with you regarding Dylan and I. So Dylan and I were driving into Public Shopping Center. We were going to pick up a ton of stuff for his birthday, and there were no spots. And I don't know about you, but like the Publix by me is like, you have to take your life into your own hands. It's very scary. So when you see someone walking to the car, you put your directional on, because that means you own that spot. I'm from New York, I take that very seriously. And I got that blinker blinking, and Dylan and I were in the car, and we didn't realize, but she was a little older than we thought, so she's taking her bag very slowly, one by one, and my son doesn't have the best patience, I have to say, and taking it, and she knows, she sees us with the blinker on, we're smiling, and he says, you know what, Mom, I'm gonna get out of the car, and I'm gonna go help her, because she's an old woman, and let me help her. I said, you know what, Dylan, that's very nice of you, go out. So he goes out of the car, he goes up to her, and and I hear everything, my windows are open, and he says, Miss, let me help you put the packages in the car, and she goes, don't you tell me that, I know you just want my spot, and you're rushing me to put the bags in the car, go away. So Dylan came back in the car, and the two of us, we laughed for minutes. We literally, I almost peed in my pants, I have to just say. So that's my Ridic of the Week, and I want your Ridic of the Week. So really, please send me your Ridic of the Week, because there's so many ridiculous things out there that happen on a day-to-day basis, and we have to laugh about it. We have to laugh about it. Which brings me to why I have the guests that I do here today. Cindy, we call her Dr. Cindy because she is a licensed marriage and family therapist. And she deals with people on a day-to-day basis in her practice that come to her about all different things. And I feel like, I don't know about you, but I do, that the world has gotten even crazier and there's more stress than ever. And I feel like, let me have Cindy on the show tonight so we can tackle a couple of issues, because tonight's show title is Friends, Family, and Forgiveness. And I do feel, and I've said this, I think I said this 2 weeks ago, for me it's the fuck you 50s. And I got rid of people in my life. Sometimes you can't though, like, family, it's hard to. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. You have to do the right thing. But I feel like forgiveness is something that we have to, as we get older, learn and grow and understand why people do the things that they do. And sometimes it is because of their crazy lives. So we're going to, tonight, have the Cindy I and Cindy Y show. And I'm going to introduce you, Dr. Cindy! Mwah, mwah. Come sit right next to me. Bring your tushy closer to me.
Good.
So, Sin, I thought that, you would be a great person because you're so funny and loving and kind, but you're also really smart.
Thank you.
Really smart. And it's really good to have smart friends. I gotta tell you that. Really good. And last week, when I was really kind of playing with my ideas of what to do with the show, Dylan and Sam called me and said, you're not gonna believe this, but Omni's on lockdown. And I'm like, well, what does that mean? A kid came into the school with a knife or a gun. We still don't know the whole thing, and Omni's our middle school here in Boca. So they had to shut down the school. They shut down the school at the high school. And everybody in Boca Raton was kind of freaking out because you always think it's not happening in your neighborhood.
Of course.
And I think you see kids and you see teenagers, millennials, and older, and with all the changes in our life, the violence, the stuff that we see on television, the bullying, the cyberbullying, all of that, do you see a change in your practice with people coming to you with things like that?
Yes, I think the most frightening thing about what I'm seeing now is the amount of young children that have anxiety. I'm talking 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15 that are on medications that are seeing psychiatrists because of the amount of anxiety.
Wow.
From the shootings, from the pressure in school, from having to do and keep up with all the other children. It is so sad that I'm seeing it skewing younger and younger and younger. It's amazing to me.
Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable. And I think about, when my kids were in school, and even when Chelsea was in college, and Dylan too, the bullying and the pressure and the comparison didn't stop. It continued in college, and the bullying and all that kind of stuff still is happening in the workplace. Like think about Matt Lauer. And why do you think, I feel like our society, we're like losing our kindness to each other,
You know, well, I think what's happened is, and I use social media, you know, we all use social media, which is important, has so many negative ramifications to it that we don't even realize. What's happening is we're distancing ourselves more and more and more from each other by our phones, by our computers, by not being present. It's all about being present with another human being, and we're not present with our children, our friends, and our family. It's always about this. I go to a restaurant and I see a couple of things. I will see, you know, parents sitting at the table over here and the kids on their iPads. I will see two people sitting at a table looking at their phones and not looking at each other and having a conversation. The art of conversation, the art of being present with another human being is just disappearing. And that, I believe, is part of the issue, is not that human connection that we used to have in the past, of playing a puzzle with a child, you know, painting with a child, and it all starts there.
It's makes me sad.
It's very
really
sad.
Makes me sad.
It's very sad.
And I wonder, everyone who's watching, you know, who has younger kids, or even, you know, millennials like I do, do you remember the last time you all sat down and had dinner together? Like, I am such a stickler for Sunday night dinner. The kids make fun of me because I see my kids all the time. But I'm like, I want to sit down at a dinner table and talk.
Well, it's really important. I mean, I should tell everybody out there that it's so important to have that family time more than you even realize. Even if you sit down and put a movie on and put a bowl of popcorn on and say, okay, everybody's phones are on the table. I don't want to see your phone. Same thing at dinner. It's dinner time. Everybody put your phone down. What a lot of corporations are doing now is they're having a luncheon. What they'll do is they'll say, okay, everybody, phone's on the table. First one to pick it up has to pay the bill. Because,
love that.
Because you want people to be attentive, and they're not attentive. And there's
Wow.
actually
Wow.
actually now a lot of psychological diagnoses where you actually are addicted to phones. People are literally addicted to the phones. They cannot be without their cell phone. Their cell phone has become a security blanket for them, and they can't be anywhere without it.
Do you like see people with phone addiction?
Yes.
Phone
Yes,
addiction.
phone addiction. Honest to goodness.
You do.
Absolutely.
So do you have to like wean them off? Like you're weaning them off, you know, a drug or an
There's no
alcohol?
12-step program yet.
12-step program.
Quite yet.
Oh my God.
But the truth is that, you know, we have to do something about this. We have to put them down. I just wish there was a day that all the phone, you know, we just turn all the phones off and see what would happen. People freak out. They don't know what to do. They just don't know what to do with themselves.
It's so bizarre how our world has changed. And I feel like our world has changed also in the fact that because it's hard today to make a living and because, you know, things are so expensive and our kids, you know, we want to give our kids as much as we can. Moms work more than ever. So you don't have the mom, you don't have the dad home. The kids are on social media and there's that disconnect of just the whole family unit, and I just feel that out there.
They go out to their own little corners and nobody spends the time that's important, and we really have to get back to it. Now, you know, there are some wonderful things about social media. FaceTime, being able to see people far away, being able to connect, see your high school friends, all the wonderful things, you know, being able to share ideas and lost dogs, as you say, you know, sending out lost dogs. So there was so many wonderful things, but we have to really start examining how we're using our technology because it's really affecting our society.
And I think, I don't know, to me, it's more of a divide of society, like the people who have and the people who don't, maybe. Like people who post fancy cars, like God bless them, they have a great car. God bless them, they're going on fancy trips. And then there's people that don't. Or then there's people like who are struggling to put their kid through college because, you know, it's so expensive today to have college, to go to college. And then there, you know, a lot of kids are in debt. So, and then you read like about Felicity Huffman, or you read about, what's her name, Lori Loughlin, and they pay $500,000 for their kids to get in. And so do you feel like, in that sense also, like our society is dividing even more? It's making the people that maybe don't have as much feel bad about their lives?
Well, that is very true. I mean, you know, they have both admitted
Crazy.
they feel very ashamed that they did what they did. They felt like they were helping their children, but now it's going to be affecting their children in a way because of the embarrassment and humiliation, the story that goes, you know, follows them for a long time. But I do think, you know, putting the things that we have on Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and all those things, and I'm away and I'm here and I'm there and I have this, does make people feel bad who don't have it. And they start questioning themselves. Are they not good enough? What have they done wrong not to be able to have the thing? So it's very sad.
It is. It is. I feel sometimes also in friendships, you know, I don't know guys, but like I have friends who are all different colors, all different religions, all different, you know, wealth, no, yes, you know, whatever. And purposely though, I don't think that you should post certain things or talk about certain things to certain friends, because it's not even jealousy. I think it could be a little envy, and it
makes them feel bad. It does make them feel bad. I mean, I'm just one of those people. I post. I try to stay away from politics because I get yelled, so I don't. It's usually
you can't talk about.
Oh,
my sister and I can.
No.
Right, Abe? No, you don't talk politics.
It's all dog videos. That's retriever videos all day long. Children videos, singing videos, just hurricane videos.
Those, right.
But to me,
generic things, right?
Things
like
that
everybody
cause issues, because the last election was unbelievable with the back and forth, and it just causes more anxiety, more stress, and more tension between people. So just try to keep it
right.
Where it should be.
So as far as people who are listening out there, definitely try to tell your kids and you to put your phone away at a certain point.
You have to do it.
And try to have family time, no matter
you
what
must
it
have
is.
family time, whether like I said, it's having a family dinner, a movie night, going and picking, bowling, doing something fun. Even taking your little ones food shopping is an activity. Food shopping,
right.
You teach them about, get me 4 oranges, get me 3 grapes, teach them about the prices of things. It's really so many things that we can do.
No, but that's brilliant.
That costs nothing.
Right.
It costs absolutely
going
nothing.
to the beach here in Florida, just picking up some shells and looking at the ocean.
Exactly.
We have to get back to basics, I feel like. I think that's right? It's just the important things in life.
It's very true, and it's the things that, we do. I have a granddaughter, and we do puzzles, and we color, and we paint, and we play Barbies, and we do all these wonderful fun things. Yes, we do technology as well, but that all has its place, and we really, really have a good time doing that.
Okay, so I thought, how else could I get my listeners to learn more things from you, because you're so great and smart and talk to so many people every day about different issues. So I decided to come up with a little game.
Okay, I'm game.
You game for the game? Okay, but wait a minute. Before we start the game, I'm sorry, I forgot to give you a little present. Okay, because I just love and adore that people want to be on the show, and they're going to take out their time in everyone's busy lives to come and sit here with me and shoot the crap. So I just got you a little something, and I really want to do this all the time because I just want to show my thankfulness. Yes, it's nothing, like I said last week or 2 weeks ago, it's nothing so great, but I just want to, show you that I appreciate it.
It is my pleasure and honor to be here with you. You don't ever have to get me anything except be my friend.
Thank you. See, friends are very important in life, but you got to pick the right ones. And smell that, baby. Smell that. Right?
Oh my.
So I just see, I know, I need to smell it.
Such baby powder.
It's so good. Because sometimes you can go and pick up, you want to get a candle for someone, and the smell is so bad, and you take a step back, and then I smell that, and I'm like,
thank you so much.
Smells good.
I really appreciate that.
And I want you to think of me when you light it in the bathtub, relaxing.
Okay.
All right. Okay. And then I just want to note orchids here. These purple, gorgeous orchids. A friend of mine, Benny, he owns Daniel's Florist in Boca. He was so sweet. He's like, I forgot to send you flowers for your first show.
Oh,
so he surprised me today and sent me these pretty orchids.
They really are gorgeous.
And so again, I think also if you're not feeling great, you're having a bad day, buy yourself flowers. Right?
I
don't need anybody to buy flowers for you.
I don't fight with all people in the parking lot. I'll buy myself flowers.
Right. Flowers and a candle.
And a candle. Thank you so much. It was very sweet.
Good. All right, so we're going to play, guys, should we or shouldn't we? And I tried to pick an assortment of different, questions to ask Cindy, and I'm giving her props. So she's going to show you whether or not it's a yes or a no once I ask the should we or shouldn't we? Okay, so first question. Should we call our adult children, even though like you really know in your heart that they don't really want to, they don't need to hear from you every day, but as a mother, I want to talk to my kids every day. But like, should we like say stop and like think about what they want?
Well, you gave me just a yes or a no, and I'm not a yes or no girl. Only on certain things am I a yes or no girl. This really depends on the relationship you have with your child. If you feel your child is going to feel overwhelmed, you know, not trusted, they always have to check in, blah, 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 they're not going to appreciate it. But if you have a child who loves hearing from their mommy, it's okay.
Okay, and then of course there's always the text.
Oh,
I can't stand that though. I want to hear their voices.
But that's not how the millennials work. The millennials are all about texting. So to me, a text is good.
You think it's like equal to a call?
Yeah, well, not for us.
Not
for them.
Right? Everyone out there, the text is not equal to a
For
call.
us, we like the phone call, but a text is, we'll take the text. Okay, we'll definitely take the text.
Oh
So we know they're alive and they're okay.
Yeah,
Right, exactly.
Good, you know, like my parents used to say that too. God bless them. A text and a call is not the same
They're
thing.
not. They're not.
You have to call me.
But nowadays, it has to be because that's the only way they want to communicate. So.
Okay. Like even friends too. Certain friends though will always call me and I will always call them. Do you know that?
It depends.
It's on the friend.
Right,
And then
exactly.
certain friends it's okay to text.
Exactly.
Just text.
I agree.
Okay. Alrighty, the next one. Should we tell like our millennial child or even our good friends that we hate their boyfriend or girlfriend? Because a lot of my friends are divorced and they have brought their boyfriends or girlfriends to me. And like, how do you, should we or shouldn't we?
You know, that word should kills me. That word should.
Sorry.
No, and it's not that. It's just we always should on ourselves every single day. We should be saying, I should not should on myself. Because once again, it's you have to know your friend. You have to know the person that you're going to be speaking to. Some friends you could say, oh my God, he's horrible. What, are you out of your mind? Some of your other friends may say, you can tell, you can't tell. You have to know the person you're dealing with.
Okay.
If it's going to hurt them or if they were going to really
I
appreciate
know.
what you have to say.
Okay, but I feel like
It's
sometimes,
hard.
like I know there's like a couple of friends that might not want to know, but
And
how do I not say something because I feel like they could do better?
If they ask
Okay.
you,
Okay.
if they ask you, then you can say that do you really, you're asking the permission.
Okay.
Do you really want me to be honest with how you, do you really want me to be honest? If they say yes, say, are you sure? And they'll say either yes, and then you could tell them and they'll get really pissed off or they'll listen to what you have to say.
But I think people beat to their own drum no matter
they
what.
do, they
You
do,
know,
they may say,
They
we don't
write
really care
everyone
too
like
much.
I have
Exactly.
friends who have are dating married men, and I'm like, you can't
I
come
don't-
to me with
No,
that
no, no.
and think I'm okay, because I'm not okay and it's horrible. And so a few of them have gotten upset.
That's not part of the sisterhood.
Exactly.
That's
not part of the sisterhood. So
Mhm.
don't even go there, right?
Don't
I
even
know.
go there.
I know. Okay. Next one. This is a big one too. Should we read our spouse's texts? Like say their phone is right near them, right near you, and like, beep, 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 like, should you bend over and read it? Is that wrong to do?
Well, I'm going to say no because of the privacy. However, I'm going to say yes if you think there may be some monkey business going on. Then I think you have the right to.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you're feeling like in your gut something's not right within your relationship,
Correct.
then you have the right.
Exactly.
Okay, did you hear that, everybody? You know, everybody has things going on in their relationships.
Otherwise, I
and-
think if you have a good relationship with your spouse, there's no reason
Yeah.
for either of you to look at each
Right,
other's
I never
texts or
even think
anything,
to-
no.
yeah.
But if you are having, let's say, marital issues, or you think something is just off or just not, are you worried about them? Maybe they're sick or something. Then
Worried
I think it's really okay to do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right, I like that. Okay, this is even bigger now. Should we tell our friend that his or her husband is having an affair? Yes!
Yes.
Woo!
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Even
Yes.
if like 15, 20 years ago, I'm thinking like friends who had little ones, and if oh my God, I would break up their marriage and yes. Okay, everyone. Because you're doing the right thing, bottom line, right?
100%. You're protecting your friends. You're helping them. You're helping get through. It's so important to be able to say to that person, listen, I know what's going on. You can be mad at me if you want. I'm the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you because I love you and I care for you.
Right, because there's a
If
chance they might not talk to
And
you.
they might, and that's fine.
Right.
Because you know what? You put your head on the pillow at night knowing you did the right thing.
Okay, all right, everybody. All right. Wow. Should we forgive the cheating partner? Should we or shouldn't we? Like, do leopards change their spots, you know?
Okay, so let's talk about the leopards changing their spots. You know, once a cheater, always a cheater.
You don't think a guy or a girl could just have that one cheat and be like, oh, no, I'm going back, I'm never going to do it again?
Because it's not about cheating, it's about betrayal. It's about honesty. It's about being true to yourself. And usually when people cheat, they're not bad people, they're just people who are having issues or going through something that they decide to cheat, but that's a betrayal. And once somebody does that, how can you ever really trust them again?
I don't know.
And it really depends on the relationship. It depends on, you know, many of the couples, you know, I work with over the years. Some take them back, some don't. It works, it doesn't. You know, you have to look within yourself and in your heart and decide, you know, what you're going to do and what's going to work for you personally.
Right. Like I just read an article about Matt Lauer, who, you know, everybody, Matt Lauer from the Today Show, the things that he bullied women and whatever else he did, how many affairs he did have, and now they're showing pictures of him and his wife, you know, looking nicer and friendlier.
So
and
they worked it out, and that's great if they can. But
you know, not for us to say,
but for their situation, and for so many situations, sometimes if somebody hits rock bottom and they've been through so much,
they can change.
They could possibly. They could. It's not likely, but they could.
So would you recommend then, for anyone listening out there who's not sure, like, to then, you have to go to therapy before you would make that commitment to take them back?
100%. Anybody that's going through any kind of, you know, marital infidelity should absolutely, you know, seek professional help, because it's certainly going to help, because you're too invested in it to really make any decisions, and it certainly helps a lot.
Okay. All righty. You know, I'm married a very long time.
I know, it's so good.
I'm
I'm so happy for you.
And we're together 41 years,
I love it.
married 31. And you know, you think after that many years, you gotta like juice it up sometimes. You gotta bring sexy back. Occasionally, you know, we're more tired than we used to be. But you know, I think about like sexting, and how safe is that to do? Is that a should you or shouldn't you?
Well, you know, once again,
it's not a yes or a no.
It's not. Yeah, you gotta have like. It's gotta be another one in between. You know, if you're in a relationship with a spouse, somebody that you trust, and he's away, or you're away on a business trip, and you want to have phone sex, you want to do that's one thing, okay?
Right.
But if you're a young woman out there, or a young man out there, and you're having these relationships where you're sending pictures of your body parts over the phone, don't do it, because that literally.
Say it again.
Don't
do it.
Because pictures of your body parts could show up anywhere. It could prevent you from getting a job. It could prevent you from getting into college. It could prevent you from so many things. Do not do it, because you never trust anybody.
I didn't even think of that. The job, the college,
God.
right? Of course, hello.
Yes.
Right. Wow.
So don't.
Wow. Well, I just have to read this to everybody because it blew my mind. I was looking, I'm always reading magazines and newspapers and whatnot, and there was a case in North Carolina. Her name is Elizabeth Clark, and she was awarded $3.2 million in a libel and revenge porn lawsuit against her husband and her ex-husband. And her ex-husband and his girlfriend, because she used to send sexy pictures to her then husband, and he and the girlfriend together sent them out all over the internet, and they called her a whore. They said all these horrible things. She documented everything. She hired a lawyer, and she won the case.
Good for her.
$3.2 million.
But there you go. That's what I'm saying.
Document. But just really, if you're doing it,
careful.
just be so careful.
Yeah, it's a lot of people do it all the time, and they just don't understand the ramifications of it. It can be really detrimental to your life later on.
Okay.
And not only that, especially the kids in high school, they send it out. and then the whole school knows about it, and then it's terrible.
Yeah, and also another guy in Boynton Beach, I just read, also put something on his website. He's going to kill his wife. And he was doing 4 minutes, 3 days, and he just got arrested and he's in jail.
Oh, there you go.
So, people, calm down. Let's communicate. Let's talk. And let's be very, very careful what you post. I'm curious, because I do have a few friends who are remarried, and it's interesting. The men usually get married first.
Always. And widowers.
And widowers.
Yes, they will likely marry within a year after being widowed, or really have a girlfriend pretty quickly. And it's quite interesting because, you know, a lot of, you know, in the older people, you will see, you know, 5 or 6 women going out together, not the men.
Right.
Women are I'm not saying men are not self-reliant, but women are self-reliant, are survivors, are able to manage, because we manage the household. Men don't manage the household. They help, but they don't manage the household. They don't.
It's so true.
We do. The women do. So we're more apt and able to continue after divorce or being widowed, as men are not, because we always take care of them.
Right.
And it's very
It's
hard
so
for men.
interesting.
They
I
have a more
always say
difficult time, much more difficult time.
So they tend to, you know, try to find that woman fast.
Right.
And I think women, we're more picky, we're more concerned about how it will affect our children. We just look at it on a little bit more of a different level.
Different level.
Yeah.
Also because men and women love differently as well. We just love differently. We're different.
We love differently.
That's a
Wow.
whole other topic.
Wow, we love differently. Yeah, that is another topic. Are we like revving up here already? Like, I cannot believe it. Wow, Sid. I mean, you and I, we could go out for lunch and we could talk for hours.
Right.
But I know she's like a plethora of information, right, guys? And I hope, you know, you took some notes, you're thinking about things, and thank you for
My
really all
absolute
that
pleasure.
incredible information.
My pleasure.
Amazing.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. We said that we were going every 2 weeks on the show, but now I'm making a little change. I just want everyone to know next week we're going to do Sister Talk Live. We're going to do it with this incredible guest, and her name is Rachel Golden Shapiro. She is a licensed esthetician, a beauty expert, cosmetologist. She knows everything about skin and beauty. This is going to be a very funny show, totally funny, silly. I'm not even going to tell you where we're doing the show because I want it to be a surprise. It's not going to be on the couch, and it's not going to be where we did it last week. It's going to be really fun and funny. But we're also going to learn a lot because you know that in the sisterhood, that's what we're here to do. We're here to come together, communicate, and learn things and bring joy and laughter to each other. So please stay tuned for next week, and then we're going to be coming back 2 weeks after that for our next show. But go to Sister Talk Live, go on our website, and we're going to start listing all of our shows because people keep calling and wanting to be a guest on the show. So now we're going to have like a calendar of events and what's going on. So thank you. Thank you for joining our sisterhood. Thank you for being here. Life's a journey. Let's explore. Let's keep exploring. And I'll see you next Wednesday at 7 o'clock. And to my sister Amy, I love you, and I hope you're having a great time in Hawaii. Bye, everybody.